I'm Kayla.
I'm Nana.
And this is our podcast.
All right. To start everything off, we are going to introduce one of our good artists right here. New artist that one of my high school friends. Her name is Farah Aki on SoundCloud, and her song is called "Do I Ever." Here it is. Do I ever? How you feel about that?
Oh, it was pretty dope.
It was pretty dope.
I like the old school vibe of it too.
Very old school. I feel like I was back in the 90s at that
bar.
Yeah, you know?
You don't really get good R&B music anymore. Like
it's hard to find. Yeah. It's hard to find. That's why I do love SoundCloud. People on SoundCloud. So if anybody does have a SoundCloud that you want to play, let us play your music and give us our thoughts about it. By all means, send it in.
We'll post our email for you guys.
All right, bet. All right. So what are we talking about today?
We are talking about Black representation in the media.
Oh, that's a big one.
It is
that's a big
indeed.
One. It means a lot.
I'm going to let you take the lead on this, sir.
You want to take the lead?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. So the big one that I feel like is very big about this Black representation is, should people change their image? So what are we talking about today?
We're talking about Black representation in the media.
Black representation in the media. That's a big one right there.
It is. It is. So what's your thoughts on it?
All right. So my first thoughts. Do you think that you should sacrifice of who you are just to make being Black? So what I mean by that is, like, let's say you're a proper guy. You're just a normal Black person. They have to be Black.
Yeah.
But what if someone say, "Hey, I got this movie for you. I got this role for you."
Yeah.
But you gotta be a thug.
I mean, I guess if you're an actor, I don't know, man. I feel like in Hollywood, they pretty much do whatever they gotta do.
But why?
To make that coin, man. I don't know. I'm not at that level of making that money. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. They sacrifice some crazy stuff.
Would you sacrifice who you are? Would you stop being Kayla and try being this?
See, but you asking Kayla now, who I won't say is broke. I will say I'm well off.
You well off,
right? I'm not drowning completely.
Okay.
Let's just end that there. I may now. With my money status?
Your money status?
Yeah. But I feel like if I was in Hollywood and I'm established, it's certain roles that I would be like, oh no, I'm not doing that.
What's too far? So have you ever watched a movie and was like, that's too fucking far?
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah,
what?
like those movies where the Black people have to be extra ghetto. That shit drives me crazy.
Do you think people love it?
I feel like people eat that shit up.
Who didn't eat it up more? Black people
or
like
other people? Eat that shit up, man. Fucking white people love Tyler Perry. I hate Tyler Perry, man. That's a show.
I don't hate him.
I don't hate him per se. I don't really like the content. It's too much.
I do respect him as a creator.
Oh, well, you have to.
And where he come from as a backstory, as a businessman.
Yeah.
He's what he did as a business is very respectful.
Oh, yeah. You have to respect that part. Which I do indeed, because he's come a long way.
I bet
content just isn't for me, though.
Well, I bet your parents love him.
Oh,
my mama love him. My mama love Tyler Perry.
I won't say my mom, my brother likes it, and I know my aunts and stuff.
Yeah.
Like me, my mom, my brother watched the new one that came out. It was like Death at a Funeral or something.
That one?
So cringy. It was like a train wreck that you couldn't turn away from. It was funny, but it was like over the top. Oh my God, it was awful.
Do you think it's a generational thing? Like where right now where we're so woke right now and we see it more and they're like, nah, that's not even us.
That might be it though, because I see it and I'm like, Black people don't act like that, man.
Oh, they don't. Why they always give us such a negative representation?
Yes.
It is getting better now with creators like Jordan Peele, the director he put out, will Get Out,
for sure.
Black Panther. I think was it shows Black people as not being, we're always down on our luck and things like that. It was already a king. He was already established. It wasn't nothing special. He deserved it.
Exactly.
It didn't go out of nowhere. It wasn't pandering to a demographic. But
What?
Have you ever seen that movie on Amazon Prime Video?
I knew he was gonna bring that up.
Loquisha.
Loquisha. Okay.
What's her name?
All right. So I have to know. What did you think about the movie?
Should we give a little brief overview about it?
Yes, you should.
Okay.
I have no words for it.
Okay. So it's about this guy. Again, the movie's called Lucretia. It's about this guy who's a
white guy. Okay, I'm sorry.
I have to bring that up. White guy.
That's it.
Middle age. White guy. That is a bartender that gives out advice to people.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
It doesn't really matter. It's Loquisha.
God damn it.
It is. But it's Loquisha. So it's about this white guy who's down his luck. He gives like great advice. Somehow he magically gives like great advice to everyone.
Yeah.
And he tries out for this show, but I guess because of appropriation, he
Yeah,
didn't
they
get
wanted
the job.
like the slip said minorities and women.
Oh yeah, he didn't get a rejection letter. He got in a slip.
Yeah. He got a slip.
And he says because they wanted more people of color and women.
Yeah.
So he decided to go to his house and record him doing a black voice.
What does that even mean? I'm sorry. I'll come back. Just finish. I'm sorry.
So, black voice. And he gets famous off of it.
As fuck.
Famous like Oprah.
Yeah.
Oprah Winfrey herself sent him an email. Email saying how much she loved Loquisha.
Oh my God.
And so he gets found out eventually about some other things. He gets found out that he's actually a white guy, not Loquisha. At the end of the movie, he still becomes Loquisha. He still does the show.
Like nothing ever happened. So many questions. I couldn't even. It was so cringy.
Did you finish it at least?
Yeah, I finished it.
Oh man.
I finished it. It was too cringy, man. Okay,
Why?
So here's my question. Just to backtrack a little bit. What is a black voice exactly? What does that even mean? What does that mean?
I see where they're coming from. Is like when I was a little younger. I guess I speak the white man's tongue.
I have a friend who tells me I talk white all the time. I don't hear it.
Me either. I just think I talk like myself.
I thought so.
But I guess his black voice is an old character back in the 1950s or 40s, and she played Mammy in a TV show called Mammy, and she talked like. She was really famous, so they think that's how all black people talk. Yeah. So do you remember the old Dumbo movie with the crows?
I do, indeed, with the top hat.
Exactly. You ever seen a bit?
Oh my God, I hate that. The mammy thing where all black people are supposed to look. It's always the heavyset black lady, the caring one with the big boobs, who's just so welcoming
and it's so country and tell it how it is.
Yeah. Yeah, they tell it like it is, man.
And they were just saying throughout the whole movie this how she was such a good responsibility for the black people, good representation of the black people, but
though?
She wasn't. It was just in 2019, like no one ever told him to stop, and like people are gonna hate you for it.
Yes, man. Oh my God.
But there's always a but. Was that a smart business move on the greatest part? Because everyone is talking about it.
It was pretty smart because when I initially heard about it from another podcast, I was like, I need to check out the trailer. I watched the trailer and I didn't assume that it was going to be like a low budget movie. I thought it was genuinely like something that was going to hit theaters, but it was on freaking Amazon Prime, which is fine because some good movies are on there.
On Amazon Prime though.
That's what I was about to ask you. Like, how did it end up there though? Why didn't it hit Netflix? Do you think it would have been too controversial?
Netflix was probably like, no! They're like, no, we already got some other controversial stuff. We don't need you that much.
That's just like, we're here with the bullshit. You're up here.
And Jeff Bezos is like, fuck it, Loquisha.
Just put it on Amazon Prime.
Right?
They pay enough money for it.
That'd be fine.
It's all right. So, how did you feel about it overall, though?
I think it shows what some people think of how black people
think. Oh my
think.
God, yes.
And but
they don't want to admit it though. Like, and I'm not just talking about white people. I mean, just people in general don't like to admit that. If you can make a movie like this, how do you really feel?
And that, because you feel that's how black people, especially how you think it was such a positive light. Like, he saw there was nothing wrong with what he was doing.
And the way the black dude was cooning and okay with it. Yes. What is happening?
And so there's this one thing I have to pick up. They actually finally do get a fake Lucretia to play the stereotypical Lucretia.
The heavy set black lady with the big boobs and loud mouth.
So as a character, we hate her. Not hate her, but she was
over the top.
Oh, very over the top. Very
over the top.
Like
just made me cringe. I'm just like looking at the TV like, why am I still watching this?
As an actress.
Oh, she did an awesome job though.
Should you change her values? That's why I go back to the first thing I brought up.
Oh, so that's a good point. Like if they came to me and was like, oh, hey Kayla, you fit the description. You're heavy set. You got big boobs.
Yes.
You can be very loud.
You're black.
I'm black. That's number
one.
At the
end of it, you're black.
That's number one. How do you feel about doing this script? Again, okay, I'm gonna just be honest with you. At my level now, I would probably say yes.
Really?
Just for a little bit of change. Not much. I'm not asking for much right now. Mm-hmm. But now, if I was established, and I know that sounds stupid.
Yeah.
But if I was established and I've put in my work and my time, come on, man. Some roles you gotta be like, no, bro, no.
Do you watch the Wayne Brothers back in the day?
Oh, that show was cringy to me.
Really?
Too. I didn't really care for it. I watched it, but it wasn't like in there. I didn't really. But it was a good show though.
The reason I brought it up, they have an episode in there where Marlon.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that the youngest one?
That's the youngest one. Yes, he was a actor. He was trying to be an actor, and he did a beer commercial over 40.
Yeah.
And he was cooning it up.
Oh yeah, that's like the number one black drink, right?
And that was his biggest thing, and that was his biggest role that he ever got. He got paid for it.
Yeah, but he fucking did.
But then he finally showed it to all his friends, and they're like, "Hey, he thought he was very good. Like, look at me, I'm on the big screen." Mm-hmm. And they just looked at him and was like, "You have to take that down."
That's what I feel like. Like if I did that role that girl did, the one who was the face of Lucretia, you would come to me and be like, "Kayla, come on,
that's
man.
how you feel like black people are?
Come on, man. Why would you do that?" Yeah. So it was that bad.
It was pretty bad. And it just got a good representation because he even said himself, he's like, I'm just trying to make it though.
Yeah,
at the end of the day,
let's be realistic, I didn't mean to cut you off, but let's be realistic. How many jobs, and I don't just mean to point out black women or black people in general, how many jobs could you audition for or interview for and just get it and them not see you? What?
Yeah.
That part was weird to me, man. I was like, oh, I can't come in because I have this disease. And I'm like, are they going to believe it? Or,
who knows?
I was like, what the heck is happening? When they just let her. It was like, oh, well, I can't be seen. Like,
it was very, that movie was just so bad.
It was so stupid. It was to top that off, I do have a question. What about that movie White Chicks, though? Do you feel like it's the same? Okay, should white people feel the same way we feel about Lucretia? Should they feel the same way about White Chicks? Or do you think it's two different spectrums of comedy?
I think, but the reason why I say White Chicks not money because it's such a minority. Remember, people of color who do those types of movies, it's very minute of who do it. Versus white people can go out, turn the TV, and see a good representation of themselves. Yeah. Versus us, where we have to dig for it.
That's true.
We just now got good representation for it. Yeah. So what if Lucretia was big though? What if it did get big?
Yeah, like now, at the actual.
It has actual. Actually, White Chicks didn't make that much money though.
It
wasn't that big. It
was by the Wayans brothers, but it wasn't something like significant.
Exactly, it didn't make. But what a bad movie did come out like. Do you think besides Black Panther? What's the number one black movie that you can think of?
Like now or just like period?
Period.
I don't know. I can't really think of one off the top of my head. Exactly. That we were actually represented in a good light.
Because everything I think about, we're either struggling. Mm-hmm. Single parent
mom, right?
The mom is struggling. Yeah. The dad's a deadbeat.
Yeah.
He's never around.
Or in jail.
Or
cheating.
And do you think that when people see that so much of us, that it can actually affect what we do in the real world?
I feel like it does. I feel like when people see us in the movies like that, they kind of feel like, okay, well, that's how everybody acts.
Yes.
I think it's bull, but it's not true at all. But obviously, you can't deter away from what other people may feel. And but I do feel like they get the wrong idea.
They do. I think so because. Well, especially if you got to portray it right, So what is a good portrayal of a black person that you could think of in the recent history?
In the recent movie, I guess.
A good black portrayal.
What's a good movie? A good black movie that I've seen.
You know what's my favorite?
Oh, I can't think of any.
Mine? Have you ever seen a movie called Dope?
No.
It was personally one of my favorite movies of all time, right now. It might not be. It's not the best. It doesn't have the best dialogue. It doesn't have the best plot. But just how it made me feel of how like that's me. Yeah. So have you heard of the movie? I give a brief overview over it. It's pretty much about.
Is it new or like
recent? It's pretty much like 3-4 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
you know, I think I might have heard it, but I don't remember like the trailer or anything for it.
I think because it's more about these 3 young kids, teenage black. They're in the hood. They're nerds. They like anime. They like video games. And they didn't talk black. They just talk like themselves. They were themselves. And he was just in the hood trying to get out. Yeah. At the end of the day, but he wasn't trying to be hard. He didn't join no gang or anything like that. But some things happened. Some things lead away where he did have to become that life. But it was for a good reason because he wanted to go to college.
That makes sense.
So it was one of my favorite black movies. And it made me
where
feel
they
so
actually
much.
Showed us in a good light.
Very good. It showed them being real. Yeah. At the end of the day, because we can't say all black people black people shouldn't be like, high and mighty, but just make us real. Yeah. I wanted to say like I know that person. Exactly. It'd be like I love seeing those movies where
it just kills me when they assume that every black person comes from the hood.
Exactly.
Not everybody comes from the hood, man. Not every black person like came from the struggle.
Yes,
I mean,
we got some middle class.
I was about to say, some of them actually came up middle class, no matter how hard they try to act hard. But no, man, not every black man went to jail. Not every black man is a deadbeat dad. Not every black man is in a gang.
Okay, so it does kind of makes you feel some type of way.
Yeah.
Do you think they should stand up? Because the reason why I came up with this, I watched another TV show called Ballers. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, he produces it, and he's the main character in it. And it gave him a really good point in the newest season where he's a sports financial agency, and he's producing this surfer who's black. Right? Yeah. A black surfer, you never heard of that. Right. But he was really good at it. Like, he's really good at surfing. That's like, he's one of the top of surfings. Right. He finally got a Coke deal where Coke was going to sponsor him. But Coke wanted him to pretty much be Obama. Which he said. Not every black man is. Let me finish. This is where I was thinking was a really good part about it because that's what he says. Like, I don't want to be Obama. No. Like, I don't feel like I should have to be just because you want me to be in a better life. You just being you're an awesome black man, but you're not Obama. Exactly. But you're also not a drug dealer. Yeah, exactly. Like, can we just be?
Yeah, let's meet in the middle.
Yeah,
can we just meet in the middle from time to time?
And then they were just saying, well, we want you to, because they have him in a surfboard with a freaking black, like a full piece suit on.
That's not even realistic.
And then he was like, that is not me. And they darken his skin too. Because he's light skinned? He's pretty light skinned.
Well, and that's crazy too.
They darken his skin. Just
usually they prefer them to be light skinned.
But they want the black money because now businesses see that black people got money now. That's true. So they want we gotta make them hood. We gotta make them relatable. Everyone loves Obama, right? Yeah. We got this new Obama, and then he was just like, "That's not me." Exactly. So when he told her he had a little speech saying, "I don't want to be known as just a black surfer. I want to be known."
Can he just be himself?
He doesn't want to be as himself, but he want to be. Can I just be known as the greatest surfer?
Okay, yeah.
So should there be a subcategory of having you're the greatest, but you're also the black greatest?
But why does it always have to be? Why as humans do we have to be categorized?
It helps us
I feel like for me, I get categorized as the black chick or the gay friend. Why? Why do I have to be that? Can I just be Kayla? No. I'm not asking for too much.
Black gay Kayla.
But why though? But why, man?
It helps us categorize things.
I mean,
our brain works like file cabinets. Yeah. So where we see Kayla, okay, which Kayla? Because we do a lot of Kaylas. Oh, she's black. I will say. And she's gay.
Kayla? You talking about the black and white? But damn, man, just learn my name. I'm Kayla. That's it.
Should there be a subcategory though?
No, man. So it should just be you and what you do.
But what if it's less? What if we don't? What we see as less? Because what if he wasn't going back to the surfer guy? What if he isn't the great surfer, but he still has that title of being the best black surfer? Does that mean anything?
I get what you're saying. So if he's not famous for being just like the top surfer, it's like, oh, well, he's the top black surfer.
Exactly. He got something.
I don't know. I feel like it would make me feel less than.
That's why I feel.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
I mean, I guess you should be. No. I was about to start cooning. I was about to say you should be appreciative of what you get. No,
right? It's a very tough thing.
But I don't feel like you should just be like, nah, you're not the best, but you're the best black one. No,
that little 1% of us,
no,
you're top there.
You're number one of. No, I don't feel like it should be like that though. I feel like it may. I guess it depends on your morals though and what you feel about it. If it doesn't bother you, then to each his own.
So you're an EMT, correct?
Yeah.
So what if they came up to you and say, "You're a great EMT," and you boost your like, I'm top of that.
I'm pretty decent.
And then you really find out just out the ethnic people.
You know that's funny as hell because I'm like the only black person.
So you can get that tag.
I'm pretty sure. I've seen a couple of speckles, walking.
Sprinkle in there.
I've seen my partner like to say sprinkling shit in.
Yeah,
I've seen,
bring some pepper in.
Sprinkling in. I've seen a couple of others go in and out of the door, but I'm pretty sure I'm the only permanent one at the station. Like I'll mess with my other captain all the time, like, oh, you want to fire me because I'm black? So it works. I get to make black jokes. I get to make black jokes and I want to, but no, I get what you're saying. That would make me feel shitty. Like you're the best. But it's only because you're black.
And there's like 50
there's
people
nobody else
to compare you to.
That's jacked up though, man. Mm-mm.
So would you not be? Well, you get like a
like if it was an award or something, it was like, oh, here you go, the best black.
Yeah, what if they give you an award for like your friends and family and everything?
No, that shit is embarrassing, man. I don't know. To me, it just doesn't feel right. Yes. It just don't feel right.
I just want to be I want to be the best.
Why I can't just be the best? So if I'm mixed in with everybody else, where do I stand? Put me there. Don't just put me here because I'm black.
But what if you never get the accolade though? You never get nothing.
Just because.
Just because you're.
But is it because I suck?
No, it's just because.
Or it's because they don't want to categorize me with everybody else.
Because you said most of your people are predominantly white, so there's a much bigger pool if it was just everybody. So your percentage of being the best, you're competing against so much more people.
Yeah.
Damn. So you'll never get any accolades for it because maybe you're number 3,
sucks.
maybe you're top 3, but you're not number 1.
I mean that fucking sucks, man.
That'll eat your morals. That'll eat you up.
Yeah, like I'm gonna take this award quietly. I'm not gonna call any of my friends and tell them to come. That's fucking embarrassing. No, I wouldn't do that. No, I wouldn't accept it publicly. I'll accept it on the low.
I might accept it.
I'll put it in my book bag before I leave work.
I might wear on my badge real quick, just like to work.
Just turn it around so somebody else can see it.
So when I introduce myself to people, I'm the best person. Yeah, I would skip the black. I would say like. No, I would say ethnic. So they think it's bigger.
Yeah, you gotta throw ethnic in there. It makes you feel better.
Bigger.
I get it. That kind of, so what do you think about, speaking of color, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess that kind of ties into, they feel like as black people, we don't all pull together in a sense. Do you feel that way? I feel like we don't. I feel like, we compete against each other.
So now we're competing against other people. We have to compete against others.
Yeah, we compete against ourselves. Do you feel like that's true?
Yeah.
I feel like it kind of all goes down to like the colorism thing. Like you got dark skin, then you got brown, you got super light skin. I feel like it's all a bunch of.
So do you color yourself? What do you consider yourself? Do you consider yourself brown, black, or you consider yourself?
I don't like all that shit because I feel like it just makes us all. Where did that even come from? Well, I know where it came from.
The paper bag test.
But I'm just saying, like, why is it still a mentality?
It's because
2019.
Because it's been graining us for so long. Well, it is getting better.
And then when we go against the grain, we're wrong.
Right. But I think it is getting better somewhat. Like, especially with the young people saying, like, black is more beautiful. Like, there are more better representation.
More shades of black,
Like, one of the top versions of the Superman movie is he's dark as fuck.
He is.
He's a black motherfucker.
He is.
He's making bank.
Indeed, he is.
So, like I said, it's getting better. But if you go, like, remember when you were back in high school and you're dark skin, you ain't get no play.
No, you ain't get no play. Oh, but if you you can be ugly. And I tell TJ this all the time. If you light skin, you got good hair.
Good hair.
You could be ugly. Bitches all over you. It don't matter. I'm like, do you not
see
what
that?
Is happening?
But the grill and everything.
What is happening? No, it's because he's light skinned. He's gonna have pretty babies.
Because they feel like he got something else in him.
Why? Oh my God! Why did you bring that up?
Why do we always love mixed people? We can't.
I don't understand that. Don't you also hate? And I know Tiaja gets this all the time. When people see her hair and they instantly go to, oh, what are you mixed with?
I'm like, dang.
Why do I have to be mixed with something in order to have good hair?
Black people, there's a lot of different types of black people, different types of hairstyles, different types of, it's just, It can be natural.
That's what I'm saying. I don't
Natural
understand. It is. It is indeed.
pretty.
I feel like you said, colorism is getting better. But when you think about the old TV shows, man, it was god awful.
You don't even think that old. Just think about some things in the recent with the famous director that everyone knows and loves.
What sitcom comes to mind, or just show in general comes to mind?
Oh, you going with show? I was going with a movie.
No, well, let's do shows first, and then
Okay.
tell me what movies you can think of.
So shows I know.
It can be recent or old.
Do you remember Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Yeah. Yes, I was gonna bring that up. Yes.
She just kind of disappeared, and then they made the white face.
Aunt Viv, man. Which one did you like better? Dark skin?
Of course, it was the dark skin one. I love the dark skin one.
Did you notice not only when they changed her out of nowhere with no reason,
Mm-hmm.
like her whole persona within the character changed completely.
Like she became so docile,
passive,
and like I'm just a pretty white.
Yeah.
Like,
When she was dark skinned at Viv, like she taught you lessons, bro.
Exactly.
She didn't put up with no bullshit with the
real.
kids, man. And then you changed the light skin at Viv, and it's like you said, oh, I'm just here.
And then look at the other show, Martin.
Yes.
We were talking about it before this started, and he was just bringing up a little hints.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I was telling him about how I was kind of looking into the colorism thing with old shows, and the one that came to mind is Martin. And you know, it's how Martin, brown skinned dude, he dated the light skin. Who was it? Pam? Pam was her name?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Pam was the best friend.
The best friend. Okay, so Gina.
Gina was
he
the
dated.
good, yeah.
He dated Gina, who was light skinned. And then she was kind of a pushover, cried a lot, needed Martin for every little thing. You could tell she couldn't make it on her own. Yes, so cringy. And then you had Pam, strong, independent black woman who they made loud, ghetto.
They do always make dark-skinned people.
See, I was gonna tell you that too.
Think about that.
They make the dark-skinned female in the show ghetto, loud, aggressive, just a hoe. So many things. Why? I don't understand. You didn't think about that, though.
I didn't,
but when you think about the show, think about how mean he was to her.
He was
like, he was a douchebag, and I didn't know until I Googled it. Apparently, like, some of those scripts were off the top of his head. So it's like, did you really feel this way? Yeah. It was improv.
I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I mean, so we talk about the female side. So with females, always the black one's always loud,
think about
aggressive.
another show too. Did you watch The Proud Family? Please tell me you watched
Yes, I
that
did watch The Proud Family. That was
Dejanay.
Oh
the
my.
dark-skinned friend. Think about
Why
it.
you ruin my childhood?
Saying,
you ruined my childhood.
Think about how they made Deja. Do you remember the episode? You probably don't. I don't know. We're old, but the episode where her siblings came into the episode,
with the babies.
They just look thrown away. They're walking around in diapers. How they depict Dejanay is loud, ghetto, all over stinky. She needed Penny's approval for every fucking thing. And I'm just like...
And Penny was light-skinned.
Yes.
And the mom was like...
Yes.
And the mom was...
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Let that marinate for a minute, right?
So, do you think the reason why they're doing it is because that's what they saw? So, let's say the creator grew up with Martin. He's like, oh, I want to do something like that. Mm-hmm. So they do the exact same thing.
I feel like this with any show or movie. You can't write these things and not feel that way. I'm sorry.
It comes from past history,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how can you write a character like Dejanay, who's a kid in high school? Mm-hmm. Why did you instantly make the dark-skinned girl loud and ghetto? But then, if you think about La Cienega, since we're still on Penny Proud, you know she was loud and ghetto, but she was Hispanic.
Was she rich too?
She was. Yeah, her and Penny kind of had the same
middle class,
living status. But with her, she was just a spicy Latina. Nothing was wrong with her being loud and mean and rude to everybody. But when the black girl did it, she was wrong.
But even with Latinos, they still have sometimes have bad representation. They're always spicy. They're always about to cut you.
So you put all these labels on them and you make them shitty, but then you make the light-skinned girl in the show like, oh,
because it makes you feel,
hey, well, it's about me. I need your approval.
Especially when you're so impressed by a younger age and you watch this stuff, you be like, well, this is how I see it, so this is how I should act to be fit in. So
you being a dark-skinned male, when you have a little girl, how do you think shows like that would influence her mind? Like, oh, I'm dark-skinned, so I'm not as good as the light-skinned girl.
I will screen the shows and see if it has a good image. Because, like I said, shows are getting better. They are doing better representation. Like, I only watched the Disney movie Princess and the Frog.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, she was a Disney princess.
Mm-hmm. Only thing I hated about that movie.
Oh, crap. There's something bad about that one. Oh, my God.
I'm sorry. Since we're speaking of it, why wasn't the prince a black man? Why did he have to be whatever he was? They never really spoke on it.
Was he?
Yeah, moment of silence. Think about it. What was he? He wasn't black.
I don't know.
For sure, he was not a black man.
He had some color in him, though?
He was like, damn, what was he? We're going to have to look this up.
He was
light skinned? Podcast. He was light skinned, but he wasn't black, though.
So never.
We're going to have to look it up, but he was not black. I'm willing to bet on that.
But that, yeah, Disney
Why didn't she have a black prince? Everybody else has...
One step at a time, I guess.
It's like, you got a black princess. Yeah. Be happy. Let's just stay there.
So let's go with, again, relations with media. Do you think it's more acceptable for a black man to be with a white woman or a black woman to be with a white man?
When you said media or just life in general?
Let's go with media first.
Media, I feel like,
because
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like both of them are acceptable in two different lanes, though, if that makes sense.
I see more of black woman with white man.
Yeah, because it's more of like a power move.
Exactly, because the white man is like, oh, I got a little sauce.
You know,
but
I got a little black thing over here, man. That's
exactly.
Major.
But you have a white woman with a black man, it seems like, oh, she was a thug.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my God. Why is it that though? When you see, okay, you're talking about media. Let me not go there.
Oh, we can go to real life.
I was about to say in real life, like when you see a black, you typically, I guess depending on where you're at, when you see a black man with a white lady, it's always the weird black dude who's like into a bunch of weird shit. You have the really trashy white lady. I'm sorry, I don't
It's because you live in the country, that's why. You live in the country.
That's why I said depending on where you at. But man,
I know what you're talking about.
Exactly. And me and my partner was talking about that, man. That's all you see when you see a black dude with a white lady.
But even look at in some celebrities.
Yeah.
The rich ones, like they always kind of have a white woman.
Yes, I was thinking that, man. Why? I guess I can't ask you why is that, but like, what is that about, man? I get it. I don't mean to sound rude, but you love who you love, so no judgment. But
do you really think it's love?
I understand though.
Because I was going through social media, and do you know a comedian called Michael Blackson?
Michael Blackson. Was he the dude from Friday?
No, he's an African comedian. The African comedian did the Repo with Dr. Dre. He's African.
I don't know, man. If we're talking about who I'm talking about, he was in there. Remember, for like a split second on next Friday.
Oh yeah,
I said Friday.
You did say
Friday. My bad. I said Friday, but I meant next Friday. But yeah, he was in there for like
out of all the Fridays, which was your favorite?
Out of all of them, I'm gonna say next Friday was my shit.
Really?
Yeah, I like Friday. Obviously,
Friday
know,
to me
but
was classic.
Next Friday was fucking hilarious to me.
I think the reason why I don't like, because they became more, they characterized him so much as too of a hard person.
In the first one?
No, the second one. The first one, he had vulnerabilities.
Yeah, that's true.
He never smoked.
He was like a hood dude.
No, he was a guy living in the hood.
Yeah, but he wasn't hood at all.
Exactly, he was a guy. Like,
but in number two, they tried to make it seem like he was just hard. Dude.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, I get what you're saying.
See, that's why I like the first one, because it's like, I know that guy.
Yeah.
We all got a Debo.
Exactly. Damn, but, right though. But anyway.
So yeah, he used to date this beautiful dark-skinned lady, and then something happened. I don't know. They broke up, and now he dates this super white
Kanye though, right? Kanye did it. He was dating this He was dating this black chick like before he got on. You remember he even had it in his song.
He did.
Yeah. He did. He had it in his song, and then look, boom, freaking boom. So they got like 3 kids together.
I think it might be that's what we were growing up that no one's beautiful was white people. That's all we knew what was pretty good.
So do you think it's like a mental thing?
I think it's a mental thing that we are slowly finally getting away with it because of so much information and media, and then we are somewhat woke.
Yeah, see, for me, it's not an issue. Do what you want to do. But I will say for most people, it wouldn't be an issue when you say black guys are dating white chicks. It wouldn't be a problem if the black guy didn't go out of his way to down the black female. You understand what I'm saying? It's like they go out of their way to let it be known that we're loud. Again, we're ghetto. We're not very passive aggressive. We're aggressive. And we're not very...
I see where you're coming from. I see where you come from. And they think white ladies are very not aggressive, very passive. They can do it. They don't want that angry, the stereotypical angry black woman.
But, We're angry all the time, so you can't control us.
Like the Hulk. I'm always angry. So even going to that. So you think we're going to Black Panther and talk about superheroes? Do you think they are getting better?
I do, because I love Black Panther. A lot of people didn't like the movie, from what I heard. From what I seen online, they felt like they went over the top to make sure it was about Black people. But I mean, let us have a movie, man.
I don't think it's the greatest of second
I'm
coming
not
of
gonna say
God
it's
or anything
great.
like that.
No,
The best movie of all time. There is some downfalls. It is a very stereotypical movie.
Mm-hmm.
It has its beats. But the reason why I think it's good because it was a very cultural environment. Because everyone's I do be reading comments, things like that, where the negative price is oh, you guys have Blade.
Yeah.
That's a Black superhero. I was like,
yeah.
No, it's not. It's not the same as
Did
this.
you know that the Green Lantern apparently was Black in the comics? I didn't know that.
He's the best Green Lantern.
I did not know that.
He's way better than Hal Jordan because I'm a huge comic fan. There's a TV show called Justice League Unlimited as a cartoon, and he was a Green Lantern. He was one of my favorite characters on there.
I didn't know.
Yeah, he was
recently that
he's very cool.
He was actually Black first.
Yeah, he's stoic.
So why, when they came out with the Green Lantern movie, why did they not have him Black?
Because the first one's Hal Jordan. He's a white guy.
Oh, okay.
So there's comments are weird.
Okay.
Comics are very weird, and that's where we're going back to Black Panther. Is just, do you ever see where he first started as?
No.
they cooned him up a little bit.
For real, man.
Yeah, but he got better as a representation of a Black person because he wasn't poor, he wasn't from the hood, he was the king of a country in Africa. It wasn't Offset where he's just an underground or anything like that. He's one of the smartest men in the Marvel comic books. Yeah. He's one of the richest men in Marvel comic books. I did like how at the beginning of that movie they had the other prince or whatever he was, how they had him in the hood, and basically he wanted to be there to help. I really like that. I like how, message. I did. I caught that. Do you saw Killmonger a little bit? Just a little bit, slick think about it, ooh, he has a point a little bit.
I feel like he kind of had a point. They should have took him. Why would you leave him, though? I didn't understand that part. He kind of had a point to be angry, to me.
He did.
They left him.
He did. And especially when he's growing up, because he did grow up in that environment.
That's what I'm saying. They left him. So that's a very, that's kind of, I can't remember that Tupac clip that I seen. I'm trying to think of it. But how he said, you can only bear down on people so much to where when they explode, who can you really be mad at? It's like when you have, people in the hood and they're asking for help, asking for help, asking for help, asking for help. Then it's going to get to a point where we're not asking no more. We're just breaking shit down. You either going to help us or you're not.
And that's, yeah. So
right? That's kind of a good point.
So should we burn down Hollywood or something? I
said burn down Hollywood. But I'm just saying, man,
Should we get more, do you want quantity or quality in media for our representation? Because if we do want to just throw a bunch of stuff up there, we can throw a bunch of stuff out there, but it won't be
quality first.
Quality first.
Quality first, and then quantity. Because if it sucks anyway, nobody's gonna give a shit anyhow.
Exactly. That's what Get Out was so good and really different. Cause
have you seen Us yet?
Of course, I was.
Oh my god, it was amazing.
And it wasn't. I like him because he's not just known as that Black director. Yeah. He's known as Jordan Peele, the horror guru.
Exactly.
Because he takes his experiences as a Black person and just put it out there.
He's not afraid to put it out there because of what media may say.
Exactly. And he can make it relatable that everyone can understand because
it's not just a hood guy and or a ghetto girl. It's just average people. Because I'm not saying it's not some ghetto ass Black people. And I'm not saying it's not some trashy ass white people. It's a medium for everybody.
Exactly. I'm
just saying, so you can't just tear down.
I just wanted to look at the TV and say, hey, that's me.
But you really can't, though.
Because it's either or.
It's either or, yeah.
You're very stoic and you don't play the business. It's all straight business. Or you're hood and you're thug.
Yeah, exactly. To where you can't really be yourself anyway. Do you feel like that plays into where your real life? As far as your job, you have to depict yourself a certain way?
I don't change myself for nobody anymore.
Yeah.
I'm who I am.
Yeah.
I don't stop anywhere for me personally. I just.
Did you used to?
Yeah, back in the day I did.
Have a certain image to make them feel comfortable.
Yeah. Back in the day, especially when I was younger, because I did join the military, predominantly white, so I think I just did try maybe I should have to act a certain way. Then after a while, I was like, fuck this. I'm gonna be me, whether you like me or not. And shoot, all my friends know how I am. I am about the Black Power, but I can understand I'm about realistic Black empowerment, where we should have quality over quantity. Because if you just throw so much at it, you're gonna just everyone gonna pick apart like you're not the best. You're not better than me.
Yeah, that's why I feel like people came down so hard on Black Panther. It's like, come on, man, can we have a medium first and then expand from that?
Because I think the hardest thing that I would personally have to hear is just you got that because you were Black. So because it disregards everything you just did. It disregards all the hard work you've done. Like you just said, we don't do hard work.
Did you see? Speaking of hard work, did you see how the actors in that movie got paid significantly less than the white actors in the other Marvel movies?
I did not know that.
Yeah, Google it. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but when I seen it, it was a pretty big chunk, man.
Do you think because it was a gamble? Because we got to also understand, look at the business move.
So I also wanted to understand it from, and I wanted to ask you, since you obviously know more about Marvel. I was like, so should it have been that way because it was such a new franchise? Well, movie-wise.
It is a new movie, and it was a gamble because, one, Black Panther, only people who really know Black Panther are people who watch read comic books or watch the TV shows, anything like that. So when they did Black Panther, that's what I think it kind of was. They had the pandering, like, hey, people, like, this is a little different. This is somewhere soul versus, like, things like Iron Man that was already established. Like, Robert Downey Jr., he's already an established actor. Chadwick Boseman is not, I wouldn't say he's as famous as, you know, no one that cast is as famous as Robert Downey Jr. or Scarlett Johansson, things like that. But I bet the second Black Panther movie, they're going to ask for a change. Right? They were asking for a change.
At first, I wanted to be like, damn it, the man has his foot on our back again.
They do.
Classic bullshit. But then I was like, I get it, because it's a newer movie franchise.
Exactly.
So that makes sense business-wise.
Because I think now, since we finally now see our worth,
yeah.
Before there was like, well,
and they didn't think so many people were going to go out to see the movie.
Exactly.
Especially Black audience anyway. And then when they seen the money, once they seen the money that was coming in for it, I feel like that made a huge difference.
I mean, they did it very smart though. Yeah. They released it on Black History Month. Yeah. They had all the goddamn African symbols in it. Yeah, they played it up. They played that Black song on good day. They know how to get paper. They know how to somewhat pander.
How do you feel about them dropping it during Black History Month? Do you think it was a good thing, or do you feel like, I don't know, man, what's the word I'm looking for? Do you feel like they did it solely?
It was a business move.
To kind of hype it up.
It was a hype because it made sense. It was a very good business move because it was in their pocket.
It was gonna get us hyped.
It was Black History Month. We actually got something.
Yeah, I can get it. It was it was a good business move though.
Very good.
It was pretty smart.
Disney, that's why they own everything. They own all media for a reason.
Speaking of which, before we ended off with that, I heard somewhere else that I didn't know that, I guess it's Marvel Studios, its own thing. They actually was getting ready to go out of business before they made like Iron Man, and it popped off.
Yes, they were. Yeah.
Did you see how they freaking came back, man? That Iron Man, crazy.
It was a really crazy story because Robert Downey Jr., he was down on his luck too. And he wasn't getting any jobs. And then Marvel was just like, we need something. And they got him.
That's crazy. And then now they all just fucking bang.
And they have one of the best Black representation movies. Yes. Where they started with Dumbo.
Yeah, that is insane.
They went from The Crows and Dumbo to Black Panther.
There you go. You know, it ended off well.
So
ended off well. Love that movie. How dare you, sir? I fucking hate that movie. God damn, can't believe you said that. All right, so to end the podcast off on a good note, I have this game that I think we should start playing at the end of every podcast. Okay. It's called One Gotta Go.
One Gotta Go.
Yes, sir. Okay. And since we're doing movies today, you know, media-wise, let's end it off with movies. So I'm gonna give you 4. You gotta pick out of those movies which one you want to go.
Cool.
Which means if it comes with a franchise, you gotta go to.
Oh.
Okay.
Even the history and culture too? Everything.
Yes, all that gotta go. Okay. So, we have Baby Boy.
Okay.
We have Love and Basketball.
Okay.
We have Friday. And then we have Training Day. Okay, so how we should do it is explain which ones you want to keep first, and then which one has to go.
Okay, so top word, I will probably say Friday, as I already said in the podcast. Friday, yes, keep. Okay. Top one of my favorite comedies, movies. Just how realistic it is, how it shows the representation of a Black neighborhood, and making fun of me he wasn't so hard. He was more trying to live. Dude, he was just living.
Lived in the hood.
And then Chris Tucker, smoke it. And the second one, of course, is Training Day. Training Day is just a phenomenal movie with Denzel Washington. Won him his Oscar.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it had to show him in the bad light. He had to be a good person. But still a phenomenal movie. King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Oh, shit.
Third, Baby Boy. Tyrese really good.
Yeah.
You know, decent message, but he was dark skin, had some representation.
Just because he was dark skin, whatever works.
And Love and Hip Hop, I freaking fucking hate that movie.
Love and Basketball.
I hate that movie. It's such a basket.
How dare you?
Basic ass.
Black people love that movie.
Why?
Sir? I don't know.
They just.
Anytime it comes on BET, like that's all you see on Snapchat.
I know
movie's on.
But why? It just.
Why
do you like it? Do you like it?
I fell in love with it.
Why?
Because I was
young,
man. I used to play basketball, and I was like, this time I'm gonna find my dude. That didn't happen.
No, it never happened. I just watched the movie like, what? I don't play basketball, so I don't give a shit about that movie. That shit can go away. He didn't do nothing for me. I don't care about none of that shit, dude. Like, I hate that movie.
The movie was unrealistic as shit, man.
Yes.
Like, it was so
what they do? Start playing stroke basketball?
It happened somewhere.
Do you? Is that what you guys do for
I always wanted it to happen.
That's what you and your girl do for foreplay sometimes.
All right, you know what? Just gotta move on.
I say that was your favorite movie.
All
right, let's see. What's your list?
All right, so for me, I think my top movie out of this list would have to be Training Day. I don't know. I just really love that movie. The acting in it is phenomenal, man. I'm telling you. And then my second would be Friday.
Okay.
Friday for sure. My third, I don't know, man. It's cutting close between Love and Basketball and Baby Boy. I don't know, man. Tyrese.
I mean,
I don't know.
He's not the best actor, but he has charisma. He has charisma. You gotta give him charisma.
He did.
What was the main character name? What's the main actor name in Love and Basketball? Exactly. That's how terrible the movie is. Because think about it. Ask anybody that says they love that movie.
I know her name.
In the
Sanaa
movie?
Lathan. But I don't know her name. Yo, what is her name in the movie? Monica.
Is it?
Monica. It is.
If you say so, I don't remember. It took you a minute though. But you can name everyone in each person's movie.
I can't.
Can you quote the movie?
Let me see.
People loved it because they want that type of love, or where you do something that you love,
man.
and then you find the perfect person.
It doesn't
Bullshit.
happen.
Doesn't happen.
Bullshit.
It's okay for your other partner to do what you like to do.
Alright, so I guess Love and Basketball have to go. I kind of contradicted myself in that one a little bit.
So, what do you think most people pick then?
I think for top to like keep for everybody.
What do you think they will let go? Keep it.
I think on this list, most people will probably let go of Love and Basketball over Baby Boy. You can't really count Friday and Training Day. I feel like that would be in everybody's top.
I think everybody.
But I feel like out of the two, out of Baby Boy and Love and Basketball, I want you guys to comment and tell us which one would you keep, Love and Basketball or Baby Boy.
Good one. I think Baby Boy might go. I think people will still have the nostalgia
for Love and Basketball.
Because people like Baby Boy when you like hear a quote, so they're like, "Oh, I know that movie." But I'm talking about.
He don't love me.
Yeah, it's a very cool movie. But I think people have the nostalgia
that part is sad
for
though.
it.
She got in the car crying because he slammed her door in the face. That shit hurt my soul. I
Did
feel
it?
bad. Not really.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Comment below and let us know which movie you would let go.
Okay.
That'd be awesome. All right, this is Kayla.
This is Nana.
All
Good
right.
podcast.
Yes, it was.
All right,
indeed.
like, comment, and subscribe.
And
Thank you
share.
guys for your time.
All right, guys.